Hey y'all, I'm Tim. Welcome to the Mr. Maple Show.
Hey guys, welcome to the Saturday Showcase. We love breaking down maples in different ways for you. Today we're doing full moon maples, Acer Shirasawanums. This is part 4 of Acer Shirasawanums. I'm Matt. I hope you'll get excited as we do. We love to geek out, especially when it comes to full moon maples.
Like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. We really appreciate it. Get involved in the live chat if you're watching this video as it goes live. If you're not, tomorrow, maybe you can get involved in the live chat. You know, we've got Acer Shirasawanum today. They're one of our favorite maple species. There's not a whole lot of selection of Acer Shirasawanums compared to Acer palmatum, but there's some amazing Acer Shirasawanum, the full moon Japanese maples.
Yeah, we've got a great lineup here on the table. Definitely check out our other 3 parts to this. We love these. They could keep going for a little while. We actually do one of the largest numbers of Acer Shirasawanums you'll find anywhere in the world. Because we love this amazing plant, we're always pushing it to get more of them out there to you guys. If you see something here today that strikes your fancy, but it's not listed yet, don't worry, you can always sign up to get notified when it's back in stock via email. Just plug in your email there on Mr. Maple and we'll notify you as they're coming. But sign up for our 10 at 10s. When we put them in big numbers, that's what they'll hit first.
So to start off today, we've got an Acer Shirasawanum for you that's pretty spectacular. It's called Purple Thunder. This is a plant that's an Acer Shirasawanum, likely an X with palmatum. This one here has some really good red color, that deep dark red.
Now this is an introduction by our friend and mentor, Talon Buchholz. He's named so many amazing plants. In fact, we recently shot a podcast for his top 50. You'll have to tune in for that one to see if Purple Thunder made the list. There's some amazing plants. Now this one has some of what you love about Acer Shirasawanum X Trompenberg. It has that curling style foliage. I would say that Purple Thunder has been a little bit more popular because it's an even brighter picked up pink red.
Yeah, Purple Thunder too has a heavily divided leaf to it. This gives this plant a really unique leaf shape, but it is also a plant that holds its color fairly well later on into the season. I've been impressed with Purple Thunder and our 55% white poly of it really holding its color, that deeper, darker, dark purple red, much later in the season than many other selections. Purple Thunder and some of the others we might be talking about today, one of the reasons we love the Acer Shirasawanums is you get everything you love about some of the palmatum varieties and those amazing colors with a more full moon-like leaf, but also an extra touch of cold tolerance. You know, we've seen a lot of people in those really cold zones, those zone 5s, when we have those polar vortexes, the Acer Shirasawanums seem to shine and do really well, even when you get touched with that extra cold snaps that you may get in some of those cold zones.
Maybe we could take this one, Peve, Starfish, Trompenberg, and Hitode, and put them in that like starfish family. It actually has a little bit of that curled foliage, that convex look to it. Awesome color. You guys know if you watch this channel, I have a big red dawn in my yard. I'm a huge fan of that one. I've seen this one rival red dawn for some of that pink red in the fall as well.
Yeah, amazing plant and a good introduction by one of our good friends, Talon Buchholz, like Matt said earlier.
Yeah, we were early on to offer this one. I actually had a lot of nurserymen contact me when we started first offering this one, wanting this one. It's one I think's getting into production. I know a lot of nurseries scooped it up the very first time we had it, and I had a ton of people reach out to me like, what do you think about this? This looks really cool. We were fortunate enough to get to offer this one kind of early on and help evaluate it. We were one of the first places to get it, and I think it's only going to get more popular as it gets in the trade.
In fact, 4 of the 5 that we're talking about today are Talon Buchholz introductions.
Oh wow, okay, yeah.
So just looking down on the table, 4 out of the 5 are Talon Buchholz introductions. Next up, we've got a really cool one as well.
Yeah, Acer Shirasawanum Royalty. We got this the same time as Purple Thunder. When I first got them, they were young plants, and I didn't know how they differed, but we got to evaluate them and watch how they changed so much. Royalty has an even more divided leaf, not curled, but even more of that divided overall leaf shape to it.
Yeah, I like Royalty a lot. This is one of those plants that really gives you some really nice mauve kind of reds, which is really unusual, that mauve purple red. And that's probably where it gets the name Royalty, because purple is one of those shades that Royalty often wear. I mean, Royalty is a fantastic upright Japanese maple. Gives you some really nice oranges to reds in the fall. But again, it's got that full moon maple leaf that really makes this one really distinguishable.
Yeah, they really distinguish themselves, and I really started to like this one more and more the more I evaluated these two. They look similar when young, but as they age, they definitely do not. They really start to have their own defined traits. Now, I will say, both of these likely benefit from a lot of palmatum heritage because they have a lot of vigor to them. So both these do get out there at over a foot of growth a year. So they're actually pretty fast growing.
Now, to me, Royalty has a more interesting, slightly different spring interest than Purple Thunder, which will be a darker purple. But Royalty actually greens up some during the summer, where Purple Thunder can hold that color later throughout the season. So two very different plants, but newer introductions from the Talon Buckholz, the Floral Wonder collection. And then next up, we've got another one from the Floral Wonder collection.
We could have broke this one down by Talon.
Acer Shirasawanum Purple Velvet.
Okay, this one's really fun. I think we may even have the original one of these. I'm not sure. We brought in a really big one from Talon on this. This one's kind of fun in that it does have that velvety-like appearance, especially in the early spring. Again, likely a hybrid Shirasawanum. So we're looking at a Palmatum X Shirasawanum here. It gets some really nice shades of almost like a purpley plum color. Like it's this really soft purple, but almost like a velvety sheen over top of it. I know Brian described the John Trayvon we did as a Barney color, and this one almost hits some of those Barney shades of purple.
Now think about the growth habit of this is very similar to something like Acer Shirasawanum Aureum, where these here have a little more vigorous upright stature to them, something more like a Jordan almost shape. These here have more of a shape to them, more like an Acer Shirasawanum Aureum, much slower growing, give it some protection from the hot afternoon sun, and this one's going to do fantastic for you with some really unique shades of colors that are just ever changing.
I love how inspired guys like Talon Buckholz and Carl Munn are at looking through Acer Shirasawanums and Acer Shirasawanum hybrids. These are some of the coolest plants to me, and I love that they're continuing to push the envelope with what these can do. Purple Velvet, no exception. It's really interesting. I don't think it's really gotten out in the trade much. We've only offered it here maybe once or twice before, so it's very, very new. And it's going to get more and more popular, especially for that weird, unique color it hits. And really cool plant overall. Tends to be more of a rounded tree, like Tim was saying. So think of it more, less upright than your Royalties and your Purple Thunder. Those tend to get out there with a little bit more vigor, more of your typical tree form, where this one's going to be a little bit more rounded in its stature.
So next up, then we've got another amazing one. This is one of our favorite Acer Shirasawanums.
Yeah, Haruko Buckholz actually told us this was her favorite introduction by her husband Talon at the Maple Society meeting. Shout out to Haruko. She twisted Talon's arm and got him to do that podcast with us. You're still the best for talking him into that. We were working on it and she pulled it off. So we really appreciate that. Definitely check out our Buckholz podcast. Bronze Age. Acer Shirasawanum Bronze Age has been a fan favorite here at our nursery, not only amongst our customers, but amongst our employees. I apologize ahead of time. Whenever we put these on 10 at 10, our employees get them all.
Yeah, this is a really awesome plant. Everything is in a name, and Bronze Age really puts on some really nice bronze color in the spring. It typically has some more greener bark to it, which really distinguishes well against the bronze color of the foliage. Goes to a green during the summer. The fall color is where Bronze Age really shines. It's one of the more unique and really special Japanese maples in the fall. It goes to a bold yellow infused with some tinges of orange later on in the season. When it does that, that plant is amazing. I mean, our employees saw that in fall color and they were like, wow, that's one of the best maples we have here at the nursery with fall color. Really unique, really different. Definitely has that full moon style leaf, but it is heavily divided with the Bronze Age.
Now you're skipping one of my favorite parts. The spring color can be red, but also intense pink new growth. I like to think of this one almost as a bronzing comparison to pair with Moonrise.
Yeah.
Everybody loves Moonrise. This one's kind of like a reverse color of that, where you get like some pink, but you also get some green in it. And it's just a unique, it's not as rounded in the leaf. The leaf is a little bit more broke up, more dissected than Moonrise, but it's awesome for the color palette. And I think it makes a perfect pairing with that. Even late summer, you're gonna get some hot pink flushes off this that really show out over that bronzing and greener older growth.
Okay, so we've talked about 4 different Talon Buckholz introductions. Next is going to be an introduction by one of our good friends, Carl Munn. And this is an amazing Acer Shirasawanum. I mean, this is Acer Shirasawanum Blue Moon.
This one got me super excited. The first time we saw Acer Shirasawanum Blue Moon, it was at a Maple Society event. Carl had like this amazing dinner hosted in his shipping area there. We got to go in. We were either eating dinner or lunch. I don't remember. It was all about the maples. But we were in there eating. He had some amazing food. We had pizzas, and it was just awesome. Every table had a couple liners on it. So Tim and I are clamoring around to get to the right table to make sure we got a Blue Moon. Because we knew they were on one of the tables. So we're like trading. It's like musical chairs going on at this lunch to make sure we got to the right area to get Acer Shirasawanum Blue Moon.
Yeah, Blue Moon in the springtime leaves out with some crazy oranges. And it really is very unique in that respect. And then it gets some of that lime green to yellow lime green coming into the leaf. This plant is spectacular. I mean, the colors on this are outrageous. Give it some protection from the hot afternoon sun, but this is a very new, very unique, and extremely rare Acer Shirasawanum.
Yeah, Carl told us this was a sister seedling to Moonrise. He selected Moonrise, you know, for all the right reasons. That one's so famous. Everybody loves that one. Blue Moon brings a lot of cool color palette there as well. You could actually get this one, like Tim was saying, to more oranges. I definitely recommend some early morning sun to peak up that spring orange color.
Now, as I would often compare and say, Moonrise is a more vigorous form of autumn moon. It's not, but I mean, that's oversimplification. It's got better colors, a little more vigorous. Blue Moon, I would compare it to an Aureum with extra spring interest. I mean, it really gives some different color patterns that you don't get off of Aureum, and then can go to some lime green to yellow colors later on in the season.
I've had bold oranges in the fall to reds. I mean,
Yeah.
mostly more bold orange on this one. Tends to be a really pretty plant though. Larger round leaf, very similar leaf shape to that of Moonrise.
Yeah, amazing plant, very new and very different.
Okay, Tim, we've talked about 5 new ones. We'll ask the people watching at home, which is your favorite? We've got Blue Moon, Bronze Age, Purple Velvet, Royalty, and Purple Thunder. So let us know in the comment section below which of these is your favorite of the Shirasawanums we have on the table. Have we covered your favorite Shirasawanum yet up to part 4? If not, let us know that one in the comment section below, because we'll keep doing some more parts of this if you want to see it.
Now, of these, my personal favorite, it's going to be a hard choice between Bronze Age and Blue Moon. And I love Bronze Age a lot, but I actually think Blue Moon edges it out with something that's very unique and very different.
Yeah, I would say those are close to being my favorite too as well. Purple Velvet could be right there in the mix. I would probably lean more Bronze Age. I like both of them. Bronze Age, I think, is just such a unique plant. I love that flash of color it gets in it. Yeah, I mean, you're splitting hairs here. These are all awesome plants.
Anyways, make sure you like, subscribe, and share. And as always, sign up for our weekly emails on MrMaple.com. If something that is up here is currently sold out, click the notify me button. That way you get notified when it becomes available again.
Guys, if you like this kind of content, like the video. We'd love for you to like it. Like it when you're watching it live. Get involved in that live chat. Comment for us as well. But hey, sharing is caring. So make sure to share this with your gardening friends. It's one of the best ways to share gardening with new people.
Take care
God bless.
and have an awesome day.